For part 3. A lot of you think it's just video games that are going to be affected by anime tariffs. The movie's slightly being affected because those tariffs are developed in Mexico. Anime fans, I have a surprise for you. You want to get a manga, like the whole Berserk manga, which is $500. Might increase to a very much more expensive price for nowadays. If that happens, we're looking at $700 or $500, $600 for the Berserk novels. That is nuts. That is not acceptable. Granted, this is gonna suck. But what to say if it's like an anime like one season only has happened so far? Let's just say you're wanting the Dan Collector's Edition. Go up 2. Anime 2 will go up. Oh. I've forgotten about music. If the music instruments are not developed in the US, nerfed to death. Vinyls or the cassettes or the CDs weren't made in the US. Tariff. Movies too, and steelbooks, tariff to death. Trump wants to make these low and innocuous as possible. Why? I voted for Kamala. Granted, I'm a centrist, so I play these things like a game of chess. Here's the thing, if Kamala won on Body MC sometime after, apparently it would have just been a few weeks until AMC possibly got until Elon jailed. Somebody else would have to take over his company. AMC would basically be under a better umbrella. We're looking at a few years before that happened. Basically. Maybe. I'm not sure. They exposed him earlier on. If that's the case, we don't know what's going to happen. See, the reason why I chose Elon, though I don't like him, is because it's a game of chess. I wouldn't want the employees being abused and some movies pulling off Bezos and Amazon. Amazon also being a movie studio. You wouldn't want Disney forcing only their movies in theaters. Forcing company to make only their movies in theaters. And you wouldn't want anything go on to hold on it forever. Judging by his actions, he won't, and that's why I chose him. Because he is manipulating things he thinks is above the law. That's why, once buys it, and GameStop and YouTube, which he is rumored to buy those as well, once he's exposed, he will be thrown in prison or morgued. Somebody more competent. It has to be me, fine, but if it's somebody I can trust, I'll trust them to do it correctly. We own this business now. Like, you're the CEO of this, or the chairman of this part of the business. The executive officer of this. You're the lead. Now go, do a good job. That's what we're gonna do. It's a long gameplay. It would have been shorter. Formula 1. Booby trap. And a coup I'm trying to do. To wrestle it away from interest. To monopolize movies and only show their movies, like Disney, or then lose employees straight up like Amazon. The only other two options, unfortunately. Granted, Elon's not the best choice either. None of them are. Long term, once he's jailed or morgued, all those other businesses will go to somebody better. Somebody, company, actually do a good job with all of them. Anyways, back on topic. It's the tariffs are gonna suck, and these next few years are gonna suck. Granted, I think it's never Like, for me, the years have sucked since 2012. Well, maybe not even 2012. They've sucked since 2010. I think at this rate, I need to find my 3DS. I had a 3DS Lite White Edition. It disappeared on a whim. But I recall it being in this house, so it's somewhere in this house. There have been times where stuff has disappeared, like my first PS4 Pro reappeared, all the memory was wiped. There was memory on it before, and disappeared in a spot I didn't place it in. There may be an entity or someone manipulating that. Here is we have to do extreme measures if we're going to win the culture war against Disney in front. And if we have to, the enemy have other enemy, Elon, have for a while, or for that once they're defeated, give it to us so we can appoint people we trust with it. So win on that front, we will. Game of Cards. Granted, I don't think Disney ought to own AMC. Because if that happened, all the movies in theaters would just be rage bait. Nobody goes to Disney movies anymore. They go to stuff like Sonic, Minecraft. That's what they want, video game movies. On top of that, you know what they also want? Movies like Barbie, movies like the DreamWorks movies. They're starting to lose interest with people. They only showed their movies in their theaters. That theater chain would go out of business fast, or it'd suffer greatly. Disney's suffering greatly right now. You wouldn't even be allowed to go into the theaters. You just have to go streaming. If the company can afford it. I don't want that, and I don't want Bezos only having this. Employees, whatever negatives come with that. Elon will also have negatives, but granted, he will. It in the end. Jailed or morgued. I made the hard choice to do that. That way you can wrestle away against other corporate interests. As for Disney, due to how badly they've made their movies, I know they hate Elon too, just like I hate them. For realizing what he's done. I also hate Steve Jobs more. I wouldn't trust him. He never let it go just like Disney would. Elon probably would. Because he's positioned where he's been set up. Go. And set up. Basically, what I'm saying here is you'd rather have it be short-term benefits, but long-term detriments with Bezos. No short-term and long-term benefits with Disney. Disney would only show their movie and force you to force feed all the bullshit on you. And, or even force, if they are as another theater company they trust, it'd be another, ask them. You want a short-term detriment. It means long-term benefits. Take a risk. Let Elon have it for now. Have him give it up once he's jailed or more. That's one thing I'm going to say right now.